So my name is Allison Bush, and I am originally from Kentucky. I have my undergrad at the University of Kentucky in plant and soil science, and I have my master's from the University of Alaska Fairbanks in natural resource management with an emphasis on horticulture. My role here is the horticulturalist for the urban parks. We have 5 urban parks, and the main one here is RiverScape. I have been working here at 5 Rivers Metro Parks for approximately a year and a half now. And before that, I came from the public sector as a landscape designer, horticulturist, and arborist. I decided that I wanted to go into the public sector, and 5 Rivers Metro Parks really piqued my interest because of its mission as a conservation agency. It's trying to save the natural heritage of the locations here in Dayton and the surrounding areas, and also it is using native plants and trying to connect people to outdoor environments through events and the bike trail and different types of programming in that aspect. So when thinking about landscape design, you actually want to look around the entire environment and see what kind of style that the surrounding environment has, but also you need to think about what is that space going to be utilized for. And so when picking out the different aspects throughout the RiverScape gardens, near the bike hub and the span area, that's going to be more of a gathering area, where near the reflecting pools, that's going to be more of an intimate space. And so you can see in the reflecting pool areas, we have a lot of shade trees, an alley of shade trees that's going to be a little bit more intimate. We also have a lot of perennials that bloom at different times to, give enjoyment throughout the entire season. At RiverScape, we have near the concessions, we have a grouping of trees that you can have tables at and do picnics there. So ultimately you just have to look at the space and see what it's going to be used for. When looking at the river's edge and the viewing of the river, you want to make sure that you're not blocking any view. So from different aspects, you can see the fountain of lights, you can see the river run and the kayaking, and you just don't want to block any of those views. In regards to selecting plants, you want to make sure that you know if that plant needs sun or shade, if it needs a lot of water versus drought tolerant, and then you just want to know when it blooms, if it's going to provide bloom, spring, summer, fall, if it has great texture and foliage. So there's different aspects that you have to think about when doing designs. Utilize annuals throughout the gardens here at RiverScape. We focus on annuals that are going to be both shade loving as well as sun loving. We have different areas for that. Each year we pick ones that we know are going to do well and be colorful for the gardens. We have annual baskets as well as planters, as well as annuals that go into the landscape bed around the sign area. We try to focus on annuals in the early spring, so that would be pansies, daffodils, tulips. Then we transition into summer annuals, which will be vibrant colors such as begonias, geraniums, impatiens, anything like that. And then we move into fall, which could be fall mums or ornamental kale. And finally, we move into the winter aspect in which we will harvest our own winter greens and place those into different planters and areas throughout RiverScape. We utilize natives here at the urban parks because they offer a genetic biodiversity that you can find in nature. Natives are used and are proven to be more adapted to our environments because they've been here for years, and they are drought tolerant, they require less water, they require less fertilizer, pesticides. They are pollinators. Pollinators love them, and they are a habitat for wildlife. In addition, they offer deep roots, and so they help with erosion control and stormwater management. So we try to offer different types of natives throughout the urban parks, and we are transitioning from the cultivar varieties to natives. So I would have to say one of my favorite projects is working on the pollinator way station at 2nd Street Market. We are providing more native plants at 2nd Street Market in the landscape beds, as well as water feature for the pollinators. And we are moving more towards what the farmer's market is and going towards edible plants and trees, including herbs and different aspects that the community can actually look at and say, oh, well, this is something I could plant in my landscape and utilize that. If you didn't know, we do have a green roof here at RiverScape on top of the bike hub. What is a green roof? A green roof is essentially taking a hard infrastructure such as a roof and using plants to beautify as well as be beneficial to energy savings. So how does a green roof work? Well, we would install one by putting a waterproof membrane down, and then soil medium, and then finally drought-tolerant plants. How do we water these? They are watered through natural rain as well as irrigation system when needed. The benefits of having a green roof is that they save energy costs by helping to cool the building itself. They offer insect and wildlife habitat. They are taking in air pollution, and they also offer a beautiful site for the buildings above. Green roofs are becoming very popular, and we hope that you can, if you're in a building above, maybe you can look down and see our green roof. Here at the urban parks, we welcome volunteers to come and learn more about horticulture. We offer trainings such as pruning, deadheading, mulching, and learning about insect and disease control. We haven't really been able to do that this year, but we hope that next year we would be able to continue on with these types of programs. You can learn more about volunteering if you go to 5 Rivers Metro Parks page and type in volunteer.